Welcome to this week's webinar, Selling SwipeClock, a Workforce Management Solution, where we will go through the process of teaching you the ins and outs of how to sell workforce management as a solution. I've created an agenda that will walk us through this project, where we will talk about why SwipeClock is a core product offering, how to identify opportunities, uncovering end-user business challenges, presenting solutions, offer to solve problems. And finally, if you only take one thing away from today's webinar, I hope that you will take away this simple statement. The process is simple. Understand your prospective client's challenges and provide them with a solution. Hopefully, that is what we, as your partner, are providing for you. SwipeClock is a leading provider of cloud-based workforce management solutions that include automated time and attendance and advanced scheduling capabilities. The company's products include TimeWorks Plus, TimeWorks Touch, TimeWorks Mobile, and Time Simplicity, enabling more than 850 partners to help their clients manage their most important and expensive asset, employees. SwipeClock's workforce management products enable more than 27,500 businesses to lower their labor costs, comply with regulatory mandates, and maximize their profits. Utilizing SwipeClock's core product offerings to impact their primary initiatives. How many of you truly understand your clients' business needs? What are the pressures that drive their initiatives? Today's companies face ever-increasing challenges with today's workforce environment. Significant burdens stem from constant cost pressures eating away at limited revenues. While employees are a company's most important resource, they are also its largest cost. In addition, the ever-increasing stream of regulation and labor laws create tremendous compliance challenges. Couple this with the need to optimize productivity on an individual, departmental, and entity-wide level, and you can start to understand the extreme challenges that exist for today's employers. Do you understand the needs of today's market? Timekeeping is an old strategy and simply not enough. The Payroll Operations Survey is a publication produced by Deloitte LLC. This publication from 2014 addresses the topic of workforce management outlined in the market trends. This section of publication clearly denotes that time and attendance is currently a primary component of employers' workforce management strategy. But the question is being asked, is timekeeping enough? According to the payroll survey, 68% of the marketplace is either just beginning or in the very early stages of implementing a workforce management strategy. The market is searching for solutions. Solutions to what is the question that you need to ask. Yes, timekeeping is a part of this strategy, but what else are they asking for? The top 2 workforce management goals according to the survey respondents are 1. Lower labor costs, and 2. Increase workforce productivity. We also noticed followed in number 3, closely behind productivity, is a higher degree of compliance. Do these objectives sound like market challenges to you? Ask yourself if you truly understand what your clients want. Why did they hire you in the first place? To me, a trusted provider is someone that provides solutions. Help them lower their labor costs, increase their productivity, and keep them in compliance and out of penalty situations. Challenges create opportunities. All of this is okay. And it's actually great news because challenges do create opportunities if you are willing to see the opportunity. Workforce management solutions will help you move upstream, solidify retention with your current client base, explode your revenue, become the trusted advisor, and beat your competition. It's time to seize the opportunity. Are you willing? How many of you are selling time clocks or time tracking? I'm here to suggest that you stop selling. Devote your time to understanding. Do whatever it takes to understand their true challenges of your marketplace. How often do you turn to your own install base looking for opportunities? When was the last time you reviewed your overtime expenditures of your payroll clients? What other indicators will help me identify opportunities? Am I paying attention to the challenges presented to me on a daily basis? On the screen, you can see just a couple of the comments that I receive regularly. We just got nailed with a huge ACA penalty based on our part-time hours. How can I know when I need to address part-time employees and the total amount of hours they are working? Or, last month we paid out 1,245 hours of unexpected overtime, which cost us an additional $28,000. How can you help us mitigate these labor overruns? Can you help us identify the problems? Let's take a look at just a few of these challenges. Again, I hear these on a regular basis as I am presenting demos and doing discovery for your end users. If I understand the challenges, I can provide a solution. Mitigate labor overruns and reduce early clock-ins. Help me to improve employee productivity by identifying those offenders. Allow me to make strategic decisions by enabling me with the necessary insight. Help us to increase efficiencies through communication, collaboration, and employee satisfaction. On the right-hand side are the solutions that we can present to them. Intelligent clock features like clock lockout, combined with schedule deviation alerts, overtime alerts, and shift management, mitigate labor overruns, saving thousands in unplanned wages. TimeWorks Plus with ACA or PB&J reporting maintain compliance obligations, preventing unnecessary penalties and interest fees. Cloud-based access and mobile applications allow for real-time data critical in today's strategic decision-making process. Quickly identify deviations and productivity offenders. Employee self-service enhances the automation process, increasing insight, collaboration, and transparency. Decision makers are turning to data in efforts to make quick, accurate decisions. The following workforce management survey indicates that the market is looking to improve access, accuracy, and automation of their workforce management process. This is a survey that was conducted by Aberdeen Group back in 2015. You can see that improving access to employee data was number 1 on the survey respondents list, 2 accuracy, 3 automation. Again, organizations are looking to automation and analytics as key strategies to drive their business results and address critical workforce management challenges. As a Swipe Clock partner, you can utilize the same data to help your current clients solve their challenges. We are looking at an example of that where here at Swipe Clock we have started utilizing a BI tool to help you as our partners identify opportunities and monitor your business growth rates. The example is an example of a company that has incurred 10,000 hours of overtime. This is a real live company from a real live partner. However, the names of the sites have been changed to protect the guilty. At the top, we can see the number 1 offender is Party Salsas and Dips, where during the month of January, they incurred 10,187 hours of overtime for the 200 employees that were listed on their time card. What can you do to help them mitigate or eliminate this overtime? In addition to overtime, we can also help end users start to understand where additional unplanned labor expenses come from. An example of that is right here with Washington Wisteria, where we can see that they had employees punching in 1,215 additional hours, meaning they came in early, and all of them added together was an additional 1,215 hours for the month of January. It's simple to see where the overtime comes from in this example. unlock the hidden value of workforce data. Insight. This is critical in today's marketplace. Provide solutions by providing your end users with insight. Again, this is another survey by Aberdeen Group, and it outlines the importance of workforce management data. The data that workforce management solutions generate provide a wealth of information helping managers isolate specific dysfunctional behaviors and or systemic violations of labor management policies. Utilizing labor analytics to improve executive visibility into workforce data is critical for those who need to make continuous, on-the-fly adjustments to their staffing activities based on factors such as seasonal demand, new product launches, or promotions and unplanned associated absences. Labor analytics provides executives with the ability to track workforce performance across a variety of dimensions and factors. Let's take a look at what I call natural verticals. The ability to identify their core objectives will help you to understand where you have opportunity. Hospitality, healthcare, retail and grocery, school and municipalities, they're all verticals that participate heavily in workforce management. But each one of these industries has a different core objective. For example, healthcare actually has a core objective of gap coverage insight, meaning they need to know if they have all of their employees scheduled to cover shifts. Because if they don't, it could be critical to the healthcare of one of their clients. In addition to that, they also want to let their employees know when and where they're supposed to work. You will notice that the core objectives for all of these industries follow the same guide. They are 4 basic objectives that I have identified, and that is employee awareness, gap coverage insight, labor management insight, and control or budget adherence. The flip side to that are those end users that are looking for pure workforce management opportunities. Identifying opportunities where your end users have productivity or overtime issues that they need to control. Workforce Management Suite provides your end users with the tools that will reduce overall labor costs and increase productivity. When timekeeping integrates with scheduling, even static labor forces gain tremendous value. That is because you have now started to provide your end user with the insight that allows them to be proactive and take control. Uncovering end user business challenges. Discovery is king. I spend a lot of my time doing discovery and demo for partners, helping them to win a workforce management case. I will always start off with a discovery process where the purpose is a simple, honest conversation, and it allows me to uncover their current and future challenges. I'm able to build a relationship by listening to all of their key issues and therefore understand what path I need to create to success. I will always ask the business about their business, what role they play in their business, their current challenges and future challenges, or challenges that other members of their teams might have. By having an honest business conversation and provided with a forum for the prospective client to share their day-to-day issues, people reveal a lot more information in a conversation than they do with a simple ask a question, answer question format. If you listen with the intent to understand, they will tell you. Even prospects that say very little are telling you something. Your job is to understand what they are telling you. Swipe Clock Workforce Management Discovery Conversations. On the screen, you are viewing a list of some of my discovery questions. Again, the purpose is to have a simple but meaningful conversation that will allow me to understand the core company objectives as they relate to employee time and labor management. I will always ask them to walk me through their current TLM process. Who administers employees' hours worked? How do employees know when and where they're supposed to work? Who creates schedules? How far in advance do they schedule? I will ask them to tell me about their process when employees request time off. Is it automated? How do employees know their paid time off balances? I want to know what their core objective for creating schedules is. Is it simply employee awareness, supervisor shift coverage, management of labor insight, or control of labor budgets? And usually it's a combination of all four of them. How are employee availability schedules communicated to supervisors, managers, and schedulers? If you have part-time employees, do any of them have additional commitments that prevent them from working on a specific day? Are your employees required to maintain licenses or certifications in efforts to fulfill their duties? How do supervisors handle employee call-off situations when additional staff is needed to cover shifts? Are employees allowed to drop, pick up, or trade shifts between other qualified employees? Do you run into overtime issues, or would it be beneficial to monitor hour thresholds? Presenting solutions and addressing the challenges. Swipe Clock provides a combination of tools that, when integrated with each other, increase workforce productivity, reduce overall labor costs, comply with regulatory mandates, and help to maximize profits. Our objective is to create an environment that will provide the necessary tools required to solve challenges placed upon today's employers. This will in turn set our partners apart from their competition, allowing them to move upstream, increase revenue, establish retention by solidifying their role as a trusted advisor. The process is simple. Understand their challenges and provide them with solutions. Stop selling timekeeping and start providing workforce management solutions. You're already familiar with our classic products, TimeWorks Plus and Time Simplicity. Those two integrated with TimeWorks Mobile and our new tablet clock called TimeWorks Touch will now create a full workforce management suite that allows you to provide the necessary tools. Think of them as a single cohesive product called Swipe Clock Workforce Management Suite. I will always present solutions based on the discovery that I had. I begin by reiterating the challenges and asking if I have missed any of their concerns. I will show the features with the objective of speaking to the benefits these features provide. Speaking to the benefits, I am outlining how this product can solve the challenges they expressed to me during the discovery process. Again, the purpose of this demonstration is to present a solution for the challenges expressed during our discovery conversation. The notes I took during our discovery conversation are summed up as the following. An automated cloud-based workforce management system accessible by 24/7 by all work groups and allowing for complete insight and visibility. You needed the ability to communicate and inform employees when and where they work, manage the required shift coverage, and make fluid coverage adjustments at any given time. You wanted to provide work preference communication and collaboration with an employee portal access. Your core objectives were to obtain management labor insight and control through complete integration, allowing for employee deviation and threshold alerts. And you needed employee productivity awareness through adherence-based point assignments. I will then go on to present the magic to those challenges. Workforce management intelligent clock features with meal tracking and clock lockout. Automation of leave management process, deviation alerts and performance points, automated notifications with text or email, preference request availability collaboration, certification tracking for liability mitigation, hours threshold alerts, and multiple views and dashboards for additional insight. Let's start by taking a look at some of the intelligent clock features as a way to address some of their challenges. PunchLogic provides for employee state awareness. Clock in or out based on their last action. Automation designed for efficient data collection. The picture on the upper left-hand corner displays a web version of our intelligent clock features. You can clearly understand that my only option is to clock in, and that is because my last action was a clock out. In addition to PunchLogic, we can also offer clock lockout, which prevents early or unplanned clock ins. Automation tools that mitigate labor overruns. Meal, break, time tracking are quick action buttons for breaks, meals, and transfers. They're intelligent tools that mitigate labor overruns and provide for real-time insight. Workforce management clock responses? Well, again, with clock lockout, we can prevent those early clock-ins. This is an example where Samuel tried to clock in at 11:47. And as he tried to clock in, he was presented with the message that says, Samuel, your shift starts at 12:30. You can clock in after 12:20, therefore preventing all of those early punch-in hours. Deviation alerts and attendance points provide insight and awareness to employee productivity and reduce labor overruns. So provide them with the insight and awareness so that they can take the necessary steps to improve their productivity and therefore increase profitability. Show them how they can gain insight into the habits of their employees and automate the process simply by integrating scheduling with timekeeping. Remember, the market's number 2 objective is to increase workforce productivity. This is a task that starts with understanding of their employees' habits and tracking those habits over a period of time. That is done by creating deviation alerts and attendance points directly on the time card, all taking place because of Workforce Management Suite integrating scheduling with time and attendance. Automate the notification process from the scheduling system. Increase efficiency and reduce workload by automating the communication process. Provide them with the tools that will increase these efficiencies and reduce those workloads. A more productive workforce is a more profitable workforce, and at the end of the day, is that not the goal of each opportunity? During a discovery call, I will always ask the end user how they currently communicate schedule information with their labor force. 9 times out of 10, it's a very inefficient manual process that requires excessive amounts of time. Manual phone calls, manual texts or emails, and posting messages on the wall hoping the employees become aware. How often is your sales team asking these types of questions? On the screen, we can see an example of this. The phone on the left is an employee being alerted that they have a shift to work today. It's a daily schedule reminder. The phone on the right notifies Karen that her shift has changed and she now has a shift that will be starting at 10 a.m. until 6:30 p.m. It has been recently added to her schedule. Start asking them how they deal with specific issues and if improved processes would help. I will always ask an end user how many part-time employees are currently part of their labor force. Part-time employees always have other commitments during their work week which need to be communicated to their managers, administrators, the person creating the schedules. I have a 16-year-old daughter that works for a Sports Clip hair salon as a receptionist. One of her responsibilities is to create the weekly schedule and manually text this to each employee every week. She spends a minimum of 3 hours each week in dealing with employees and attempts to create their schedule. She does this for a small staff of 10 employees. Automate the process, provide collaboration, and improve the communication and awareness. And those of you that really want to go after a new client, shoot me an email. I'll give you the name of her company. Rules based on smart scheduling allow you to minimize labor costs by providing insight into proper shift candidates while automating the request to work process. Do your end users or opportunities understand why overtime wages are occurring and the additional costs? When meeting with new prospects, do you ever ask them about their overtime situation and ask questions to understand why they dip into overtime? One fundamental reason for overtime occurrence is related to the proper candidate selection in gap coverage. What does that mean? Well, on the screen, you can see an example of where a supervisor is attempting to fill a gap in coverage. The employee called in sick for the day and the supervisor needs someone to come in and fill that shift. Notice how the bottom three are not good candidates to fill this shift. Two of them have already indicated that they cannot work at this time. And Davis Don already has too many hours, and if working this shift, he will be set into overtime situation. What's more compelling than ROI? Well, if you need ROI calculators to help your end users understand the value behind putting workforce management into place, please contact your CDM. Ask them how to get a hold of this ROI calculator. Do you understand the impact of accurate scheduling? Again, the Aberdeen Group, through a Next Generation Workforce Management article in 2012, indicated that reduced unplanned overtime expenditures, reduction in manual workforce management transaction, improvement in customer satisfaction and retention, and increased productivity, efficiencies, and employee satisfaction all stem from accurate scheduling. Again, the top two workforce management goals, according to respondents, are 1, lower my labor costs. 2, help me increase my workforce productivity. Yes, our industry is extremely competitive. So what? You have the tools to solve the challenges and provide the value.